15, jurors have returned. Will we waive calling of the roll?
Yes.
Thank you. Be seated. Come on.
Our first exhibit is Marcus Commonwealth's exhibit number 1, being introduced without objection from the defense. He sent me a calendar of May 12th. I'm sorry, the month of May of 2012.
No objection to admission of that?
Okay, that would be exhibit number 1?
Yes.
Okay. And we'll put that in the beginning of the binder.
Witness?
Commonwealth's exhibit number 2 is also being introduced without objection from the defense. It is the 911 call for May 29th, 2012. Judge, can I read the agreed stipulation?
You may.
Between the parties? It's agreed between the parties that the 911 call, the call itself says the call came in at 7:10 a.m. The parties are agreeing that that time is inaccurate. Rather, the dispatch log indicates that the call came in at 7:18 and 24 seconds. Having said that, the parties are in agreement that that time is actually about a minute to a minute and a half off because the dispatch intake person takes about a minute and a half to actually accept the call. So the call would have been initiated about a minute and a half before 7:19, which would be about 7:16 and 30 seconds. Agreed?
That's right.
Judge, we would like to play that 911 call.
No objection.
Yes, ma'am. I'm calling from Thunder Fisher Scientific, and I just walked in her office, and I think somebody had killed somebody upstairs in her office.
Okay. What makes you think somebody killed somebody?
She's laying there on the ground, covered up, and there's blood all over up the floor in the office.
Okay. What's the address there?
7383 Empire Drive.
Okay. Is it somebody that worked there? Or?
Yeah, it looks like her name is Michelle Mockaby. She usually comes in early on Mondays. And they got her, like her whole body's covered with plastic in that, so you can't see her head or anything.
And it is obvious she's dead, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What's your name?
Ed Yuska, Y-U-S-K-A.
Okay. How long has it been since somebody was in there? Was it Friday or?
What time did you get in? 5 o'clock, we have people come in. Usually Michelle on Mondays gets here at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Well,
so there were people there yesterday?
No, nobody was in here yesterday at all.
Okay, so this morning, and so the last time somebody would have been there would have been last Friday?
Friday, yeah, and they would have left around 8 o'clock at night.
Okay, so it looks like a homicide, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Was that her office?
No, no, she's on the outside. We have a mezzanine. Well, the blood is right by her office door. It looks like she never got in her office.
She didn't, so she couldn't have jumped?
No, ma'am. Yeah, she's looking laying face down, her hands
Okay,
behind her.
I don't want anybody to touch anything, okay?
No, I just opened the door.
Don't even let anybody else. Hands tied behind her back?
I didn't get it. Oh, she's no
Okay.
shoes on. Like I said, and they had somebody covered her body with plastic or something.
Okay, and you said there's blood outside the office door?
Yes, ma'am. A big pile of blood.
Is there any weapons laying around that you can see?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I want you to stay on the phone with me, okay? How many other office people are there now?
There's the maintenance man, cleaning man. He's the one with me when we found her.
Okay.
Because we seen the blood, and then I went into the women's bathroom and the men's bathroom. There wasn't there. Then we seen more blood. It was by the door leading to the mezzanine. When I opened up the mezzanine, I looked at her right, and there she's laying.
Okay, you two are the only two that have been upstairs, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, whatever you do, like I said, don't let anybody else go upstairs.
Yes, ma'am.
Keep everybody from going up there. Is there other access where people up there other than where they'll have to walk past you?
Yes, there is. There's another stairwell.
Okay, can you send that maintenance man maybe to keep anybody from going upstairs?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, be sure you,
Go to the
yeah.
lobby and make sure nobody comes up them stairs by the lobby. You go up here, stand in the lobby, and just don't let nobody up the stairs.
This mezzanine, you said it's an outside mezzanine?
No, it's inside.
It's inside?
Yes.
Had she been having any trouble at work with anyone?
No, not that I know of. No, ma'am.
Not getting any calls or hadn't said anything about anything?
No.
What number there you from, sir?
93104 and extension 2606.
0417?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and it's extension 2606?
Yes, ma'am.
How long did she work there? Has she been there for a while?
Almost 18 years.
So everybody there would have known her pretty well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What else can you tell me about when you saw the body? You said there's plastic over and her hands were behind her. Is she clothed and all that?
Excuse me. Yes. Like her shoes were gone.
Okay, I just want you to stay on the phone with me till I get an officer there, okay? If there's anything else that you can think while we're waiting, no, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Because the janitor came up and he said, Ed, when I came in this morning, the blood wasn't there. That's when I said, oh, God, and we started looking around.
So the blood wasn't there earlier this morning?
No.
Okay, so that's when the janitor first came in?
Yes, he comes in at 5. I got here at 6:45. You know, and that's when we noticed the blood, and I called and asked if anybody cut themselves downstairs, and he said no. And then we looked in the ladies' john and the men's john. Then when I went toward the mezzanine, I could see that there was blood by the door in the mezzanine.
Okay. And that's the janitor that went upstairs with you?
Yes.
And he's the one that's at the steps now, not letting anyone go upstairs?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the janitor's name?
Dave.
Do you know Dave's last name?
Yes, I can't think of it.
How long's Dave worked there?
Over 10 years. It's him and his wife. Go downstairs.
Him and his wife both work there?
Yes. I can't think Dave's last name right now.
Okay. But is Dave's wife there now?
No, Dave's here.
Okay.
I think he's here on Mondays. He's here by himself. And like you said, the whole receiving crew comes in at 5 a.m.
So there's been a lot of people there in receiving already today.
Yes, receiving and put away. There's about 9 people working.
Receiving and what did you say?
And put away stocking.
But they're not in that area of the building where she's at?
No, they're downstairs in the warehouse.
Got a margin up? No, I don't. I'm over here.
I'm just going to stay on the phone with you till we get an officer there, okay?
The sheriff just showed up.
Do they see you? I want them to see you. Make sure they make contact with you.
Well, I'm up in my office. That's on the outside of the mezzanine. They'll run into the janitor when they come to the front door.
What age would you say Michelle is?
30.
30?
Yes, ma'am. She has 2 little daughters.
How long did you say she's worked there? 15 years?
18 years. Yeah, she's in her 30s. I think 30.
Is she married?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said her children are small?
They're both in grade school.
Okay. Do you know where she lives?
It's Fort Thomas, I think it is, or Fort Mitchell.
But you hadn't heard anybody or her say anything about having any trouble with anybody, right?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Like I said, we just had a big cookout with everybody Wednesday, and everything was fine, you know.
Can you see the officers from where you're at?
Like I said, I'm upstairs, so I don't know if they're out in the mezzanine or not. You know,
Okay.
Like I said, janitor was in the main entranceway where he could let them right up.
Do you know how she spells her last name, sir?
Mockbee.
There's no A. It's just Mockbee.
Yes, Mockbee.
Okay. And you think she either lived in Fort Thomas or Fort Mitchell, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Hang on, I can get your phone number.
Okay. An address, too, if you have it.
That I don't have.
All right. Are you like the supervisor there?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know what her husband's name is?
Dan? Their home number is 859-344-0774.
I'm sorry, 34407?
74.
Okay.
Danny's first name is Carl Daniel McAvee.
Her husband, Carl Daniel?
Yes, ma'am. She still has me on the phone.
Is that the officer?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll let you go.
All right, thank you.
Commonwealth moves to introduce the 911 call as Commonwealth's Exhibit Number 2.
No objection, Judge.
That's submitted.
Ready for our next witness?
Yes.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth calls first witness, Deputy Anthony Lusty.
Here, I'll swear you in. All right. You solemnly swear from the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Proceed.
Your Honor, I think we might need to move the TV, if they can see the witness.
Thank you.
Where do we go?
I'd say, can we just put it over on this side? Would that be okay?
That's fine. Look. Sorry. Thank you.
We still need the TV. We need to be able to see it, and we're going to use it. But, well, if we could just put it right here so they can see it. Pull it out a little bit here. Please. Yeah.
I thought we were going to try it because I'm.
Can't see it,
Can't see.
not very much.
That's why we had it where it was.
That's why we had it over there.
Just ready to get up.
Is that okay? And I'll tell you what, if we can pull the card on too. I'm going to have him stand up, I guess. Let's go.
Well,
We'll
I
just
guess
stay there for a minute, and then we'll. Can everyone see the witness? Can I inquire? Okay. Okay. Deputy, would you? Has he been sworn?
he has.
Okay. Deputy, would you please state your name for the record?
Anthony Lusty,
Okay. Where are you currently employed?
Boone County Sheriff's Department,
Okay. And how long have you been with the Boone County Sheriff's Department?
18 years.
Do you have any prior law enforcement experience?
Yes, I worked in the city of Warsaw for 2.5 years and the city of Carrollton for 4 years.
Okay. Now, would you please tell the jury what your assignment is at the BCSO?
I'm assigned to Patrol Division.
Okay. And in the patrol division, what are your responsibilities generally?
We're traffic enforcement, arrests, anything like that that you see on a cops do on a regular basis in regular patrol car.
Okay. Would you please tell the jury about any other experience or training you may have?
I went through the police academy. Then every year we have a 40-hour training course that's set up that we go through for different things to do with law enforcement.
Okay. Do you have any other prior experience as a firefighter or with EMS?
I was an EMT fireman for several years
Okay.
before in law enforcement.
Now, you said you work in patrol. What shift do you work?
I'm day shift,
Okay. And then generally, what are the hours?
from 7 to 5 in the afternoon.
Okay. Now, is your day shift different from other patrol officers?
What do you mean there?
Well, do you, when you're doing the patrol or when you're covering your district, is your district the same as all the other patrolmen for the same period of time, or does it vary?
It varies. Our districts change daily. We're in a different part of the county on a daily basis.
Okay. Now, were you working as a patrolman in May of 2012?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Now let's talk about May 29th. Where were you that morning?
I was District 53, which was around the Richwood area.
Okay. And what were you doing at that time?
I was early cover, which is we have a car in the north of the county, in the middle of the county, and in the south of the county. They come out early to make sure the night shift guys get home and we have a daily roll call, and we cover the calls while they're in roll call at post.
Okay, so it's a staggered start in this shift, so
Yes,
you're
it's-
there while they're in roll call. So
Right.
you're not in roll call.
Correct.
Okay.
We come out at 6 o'clock in the morning instead of the 7 o'clock when the rest of the department starts.
Okay. Were you with anybody?
Deputy Joe Gregory.
Okay. And so you said they cover earlier, I think your testimony was, so when you say they, you mean you have two patrol cars that are covering these areas?
Yes.
While everybody else is
Yes.
sort of in roll call? What do you call Deputy Gregory? Informally?
JoJo.
JoJo? Okay. Now, tell the jury what happened that morning.
We received a call of a subject down at one of our industrial businesses. Then while en route there, they gave another call saying that it was believed to be a female subject and wrapped in plastic.
Okay. Now, you guys were in two separate vehicles?
Yes, sir.
And where was the address that this had occurred?
Fisher Scientific
Okay, so you
on Empire Drive.
okay, is that in Boone County?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that was in the area that you were responsible for that morning?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you traveled there, and how did you go there? Did you?
Lights and sirens.
Do you have a recollection about what time you arrived?
No, I don't.
If you saw your report, would it refresh your recollection?
Yes. I believe it's, excuse me.
I don't know if it's in your report.
0719.
Okay, is that the time you got the call or the time you arrived?
I believe that's the time we've got the call.
Okay, do you know about how long it took you to get there?
7, 8 minutes, 9 minutes.
Okay, would you describe for the jury what type of building we're talking about?
It's an industrial plant. It's a small, the area is an industrial road here in Boone County. It's got a lot of industrial plants and stuff on it, and it's just a large industrial building.
Okay. Your Honor, I'm going to show what's been marked as Commonwealth's Exhibit 3. Would you stand up, please? Yes. Come around.
It's not attorney's approach. Dennis, there's an issue.
No, we're good.
I'm going to ask you to step up pretty here. I don't know that the jury will be able to see you standing back there, but at least at this point, why don't you just put that there. Do you recognize this image?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait a minute, we can have, can he come out here?
I think you can.
Oh, yeah,
Pull
leave
this
it.
up forward.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Let him walk around. I don't want to move that. Come
All
around
right,
here.
come on around for a minute. Come on around.
He needs to be testifying where they can see him, and then we can,
Okay,
whoever
just
needs to put this
indicate here on the screen. Use your finger. Do it sort of old-fashioned. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit. Give the so the jury can see the TV before you act. Is that get bigger? Just tell me, look at it, fill in the screen.
Way too big.
Yeah.
that's good.
Good.
Okay. Do you recognize this photo?
Yes.
Okay, let me turn it around. What are we looking at in this image?
That's the top view of Fisher Scientific.
Okay, now when you had said that this was an industrial area,
Yes.
would you please point out to the jury where Thermo Fisher is and any other businesses that might be associated with this?
This is, on this side is Thermal Fisher, and there's another business on the other side.
Do you remember what name of the business
Yes,
is?
sir, I don't.
Okay. Now, how did you arrive when you got to Thermo
We
Fisher?
came down Dixie Highway to Empire, this is Empire Drive, and we pulled in here.
Film it, please. Now, I'm going to show you some more photos. Now, you've had a chance to review these photos.
Yes, sir.
Have you not? Okay. And instead of going through one at a time, I'm just going to ask you, are all these photos fair and accurate depictions of Thermo Fisher that morning?
Yes, sir.
Now, did you take these photos?
No, sir, I didn't.
Okay. Now, when you're arriving, you're responding to a call. Was that correct?
Yes.
So you didn't stop and take pictures. These were taken a little bit later?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go through these. Permission to publish these to the jury. They're marked as Commonwealth Exhibits 6 through 20.
Any objection?
No objection, Judge.
Did you mark this as,
They've been marked as 6.
what about the one that's already on there?
This one is Commonwealth Exhibit 3. Your Honor, we have a diagram that's going to fill in the intervening numbers. So I'm going to show you this one. Okay. Would you please tell the jury what we're looking at here?
That's the main entrance to Fisher Scientific.
Okay. And were all these vehicles there when you arrived?
No.
Do you recognize any of these vehicles?
No, I don't.
Okay, so are any of them yours?
No, sir.
Okay, where did you park?
I parked, would be on the other side of the road, the drive.
Okay. Where can you indicate where you
It
parked?
would be more in this area right here.
Judge, can we approach, please?
No.
And for the record, you were referring to Commonwealth Exhibit 3 when you were indicating where you parked, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to show you what's been marked now as Commonwealth Exhibit 7. Would you please tell the jury what we're looking at?
That's the front entrance, or the main entrance to Fisher Scientific.
Show you what's been marked as Commonwealth Exhibit 8. What are we looking at here?
That's the main showroom, front of office of Fisher Scientific.
Please have a seat. All right, when you arrived, what would you do when you got there?
We pulled up, as we walked in, there was a female at the door, opened the door for us, and she pointed upstairs.
Okay, do you know who the female was?
No, I don't. I believe she was a receptionist that was there.
And you're sure it was a female?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, where was Joe Gregory at this time?
He was beside me.
Now, when you came in, did you speak to this woman who opened the door for you?
No, sir, I didn't. I don't know if Joe had spoke to her or not.
Okay. And what did she do or
She, I don't know if she said upstairs or whatever, but she was pointing upstairs.
Okay. And did you go upstairs?
Yes, sir.
What type of staircase was it?
The stairway, if you're looking into the business, it goes up to the right. There's a small landing, and it goes back up to the left.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as Commonwealth Exhibit 9. Please step around. Would you please tell the jury what we're looking at here?
Here's the stairway, it goes up to a small landing, and it comes back up to the mezzanine area.
Okay, now I'm going to show you what's been marked as Commonwealth 10. Stairwell.
Yes, sir. That's up to the mezzanine area.
All right. I'll show you what's been marked as Commonwealth Exhibit 11. What are we looking at?
That's the, when you come to the top of the steps and through the windows there, that's the mezzanine.
Step here, please. Now, I'll show you some diagrams, okay? Now, in addition to these photos, you also examined some diagrams before. Okay. Now, do these diagrams fairly accurately depict this facility?
Yes.
Your Honor, this is now Commonwealth's Exhibit 4 and 5. Move to publish to the jury.
Any objection? No objection.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as Commonwealth's Exhibit 4. Now, all right. Now, what are we looking at when we look at this diagram?
Top view of Fisher Scientific.
Okay, so you said you pulled up and you went up to the office and the lady pointed to the stairs. You went to the stairs. All right, would you indicate to the jury where that is occurring?
Right in this area. We came up the stair to the stairway here, and then the mezzanine will be up the top of the building.
Okay, I'm going to show you another exhibit. This is Commonwealth's Exhibit 5. Same image but blown up.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Correct.
All right, so here's the front doors. You encountered the lady here, and she pointed you up the stairs.
Yes.
Now, so you Commonwealth's Exhibit 11 now. What are we looking at here?
That's the top of the stairs when you come up, and this is to be the mezzanine.
Okay, so here's the mezzanine. So can you come over here, please? What are we looking at right in here?
They're open windows, and you can see the mezzanine from there.
Okay, and so what's over this wall on the left here?
This is back downstairs, and this is the office area where we came in.
Okay, so you come up the stairs and now you're heading
Yes.
toward that door. All right. Have a seat. Now, when you arrived, can we switch it back over? Thank you. When you arrived at the top of the stairs, were you able to discern anything when you got there?
Yes, we could see a body on the other side of the glass.
Like right on the other side of the glass?
No, sir, it was, I don't know how far, maybe 25, 30 feet.
Okay, so at that point, what did you do?
We entered that part of the mezzanine where the body was laying.
Okay. Now, let's take a step back. You're with patrol.
Yes, sir.
Are your responsibilities different from the detectives that work for the Boone County Sheriff's Office?
Yes, sir.
Would you please explain to the jury what the differences are?
With a scene like this, when we come there, we're looking for more victims. We're looking for perpetrators, and we're doing everything for right now, not later on down the road. We're there to secure it, to make sure everybody else is safe, and just basically there to see what's going on.
Okay. So, what did you do with that? When you realize that there is a body,
Yes, sir.
what did you do then?
We walk in, we see the body, we walk towards the body. At the time, you could tell that the subject was visibly deceased. And then we kind of searched the area to make sure there's no other victims or a perpetrator anywhere in that immediate area of the body.
Okay. Did you touch anything around the body? Did you...
No, sir.
Okay. Now, what were the lighting conditions when you arrived?
It was kind of dark, and it may have been lit just a little bit over where the body was, but I don't remember if all the lights were on or not.
I have you jump back up again. I'm going to show you what's been marked as Commonwealth's Exhibit 12. So, would you please indicate to the jury where you came up the stairs and what the area we're talking
We
about?
came up here. This is the glass that we looked through, and we came through this door.
Okay, so the lobby's down here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you arrive and you came through this door?
Yes.
And these are the windows that you described, is that
Correct.
correct? Now, did you document this scene?
I attempted to take a picture with my phone. I took one picture, then something happened to my phone, and I'm not a very good person with phones and cameras. It died, so stuck it back in my pocket and went on.
I'll show you what's been marked as Commonwealth's Exhibit 13. Now, you said earlier the other photos you took, or the other photos we've seen, you didn't take.
Correct.
Okay. Now, is this how you arrived? Is how you found the scene?
Correct.
That's exhibit what now?
13.
13.
All right, that's... So what did you do then?
After we looked at the body, and we both agreed that, the subject was deceased, we did a search of that immediate area.
Okay. Now, you said you didn't touch the body.
Correct.
How did you discern that she was deceased?
The ashy gray skin, there was a blood pooling under her head. Her arms were taped behind her back, and there was no movement in her chest, rising or falling.
Did you notice anything else about the blood that was around her?
There looked to be blood, like splatter, around the body.
Okay, did you, forgive me if you mentioned this, did you notice anything about her head?
It was wrapped in plastic.
And her hands were tied behind her back, do you recall with what?
Plastics.
Plastic. Okay, now, at that point, did you contact anyone, or do you recall if Deputy Gregory...
Joe may have called dispatch or called our supervisor, our sergeant on duty, and told him what we had.
Okay, which was...
A body, a dead body.
Do you know how long it took before he arrived?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay. So you've made the call. What do you do at that point?
Like I said, we looked around the body. We checked to the left of it, to the right of it, for, again, victims, a suspect, or other evidence that would stick out.
One second. Walk across the street. Okay, again, I'm going to show you, if you could stand and come around, please. This is Commonwealth Exhibit 12. Again. This is the area that's referred to as the mezzanine. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So, you check these areas. Do you know if you went right, left, how that worked?
I believe I went left, checked that area, and Joe went to the right and checked over there.
Now, there's a line here. Is that a wall? What is this?
Yes, that's a wall.
Is it a wall or, well, do you...
Well, it's a wall, or a rail, maybe.
Okay.
Something
Now,
like that.
what is on the other side of this?
That's the warehouse area.
Okay. All right. So, would you agree if I said that was sort of a fence?
Yes, sir.
Now, what did you do at this point? Just if you could indicate to the jury where you went, what you did next.
I went off to the right, checked that area to make sure, again, no bodies, no suspects, and if there was any visible evidence.
Okay. Now, but what, after you did that, did you all go back downstairs? What did you do?
No, sir, we noticed some blood right in front of this door, and it looked to be leading into that door. So then we went inside there to check.
Okay, and what did you find in there? Or what did you do when you were?
We both walked in, and we started a search. You could see blood drops on the carpet. And we usually, when you come up, this is the bathroom. One guy will stay in the hallway. One of us went inside, searched the hallway, again, for victims, suspects, or any other evidence. And we also did this other bathroom the same way.
Okay. Did you notice anything else while you were there?
There's some blood drops or a large blood stain in this area. Right, it's almost across from the stairway. That's a doorway, and that's a stairway to the first floor.
And what did you do at that point? Was there anyone up there? Did you find anyone there?
When we came past that, we came into this area. There was a gentleman up there. I believe his name was Ed. Deputy Gregory talked to him, and I believe I may have checked this office right here.
Okay. Were any of these offices locked?
I don't believe so. The only office that we didn't check was this office, and he indicated that that was the victim's office.
Who indicated?
Ed.
Ed.
He told Joe that, I don't know if Joe asked him or I asked him, where's her office, and he pointed to there.
Now, what happened at that point?
We checked the area. Again, we checked all of the rooms. Didn't find anybody else but Ed. We didn't check her office. We went to the door, and there seemed to be like pry marks on the door. And we didn't want to disturb any evidence by opening the door. But there's two large windows here that you could see into the office, and we didn't see any perpetrator. We didn't see another victim, and we didn't see any kind of evidence, and it didn't look to be disturbed.
Okay, so what happened with Ed?
I believe Joe told him to go downstairs, back to the front part where we came in, and to just stay there until other officers came, or he would come back down and get him.
Okay, did other officers arrive?
Yes, sir.
So what happened at that point?
Our Sergeant Stolesworth arrived, and he came up. We showed him what we had, the blood on the carpet, the pry marks. Told him that we cleared all of this, and then he started taking guys and telling them where you need to stay and what you need to do.
Okay. So we've identified this is an office here.
Correct.
So this is an office here.
Yes, sir.
This is what you were advised was the victim's office.
Correct.
And this is another office?
Yes.
And where did you find Ed?
I believe he's just standing here in the hallway.
Okay, what is this room?
That's a conference room.
Okay. And then these are stairs?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where do they go?
They go down to the first floor.
I'll show you what's been marked as Commonwealth Exhibit 14. Do you recognize that?
Yes, sir, that's the stairway.
I'll show you what's been marked as Commonwealth Exhibit 15. What is this?
That's the, where we were at. This is the door leading into that stairway.
Show you one more. Here. What are we looking at here?
That is a roof access ladder at the top of the stairway. When you come through
That's
that
16.
door,
16.
16.
when you come through the door to the stairway, that's right in the corner.
Okay, let me go back to the diagram. Commonwealth Exhibit 12. Please show the jury where the ladder is. That's
Here's the door to the stairway, and it's not marked, but the ladder will be right here in the corner.
Did you go up the ladder, check the ladder?
I went up to just part way up the ladder. It had a small false ceiling. I went up to that, looked around, didn't see any perpetrators, victims, any kind of evidence, and I came back down. It led up to a roof access. I didn't go up there and bother that.
Why not?
I didn't know if there was any kind of evidence or anything up there, and I didn't want to destroy any kind of evidence.
So, what happened at that point? You said your supervisor arrived?
Yes, sir, we spoke to him, we showed him what was going on, and he started signing deputies where to go and where to stay.
And who was that supervisor?
David Stallman.
Okay, and what did he want you to do?
He advised me to stay in the hallway and hold this. We didn't want anybody else back in these offices. And from there, I could hear people coming through the doors and stuff.
Okay. Did you do any further checking before you
I checked the stairway with my flashlight to look for blood or any kind of evidence or anything like that.
Okay, did you go down the stairs?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What was at the bottom of the stairs?
The bottom, it comes out into the first floor, and across from it is doors leading out to an outside break room.
Okay. I'm going to go back. Almost Exhibit 5. Okay. Do you know where these stairs are in relation?
It should be right here.
Here?
Come out, and this is the outside break room or break area.
Patio?
Yes,
Is that
sir.
fair to say? I'm going to show you what's been marked as Commonwealth Exhibit 17. Do you recognize this image?
Yes, sir. That's two doors leading out to that patio area.
Show you what's been marked as Commonwealth Exhibit 18.
And that's the outside patio area.
Now, I'll show you these last two images. This is Commonwealth Exhibit 19. What are we looking at here?
This is looking back from the stairway, looking back towards the office area.
Okay, so if you come down, you look down that hallway,
Yes, sir.
if you turn around, what are you looking at?
I would be looking out the glass doors into the patio area.
And then show you Commonwealth Exhibit 20. What is that?
This is the first floor, and that's the elevator. And this leads back to the other office area.
Okay. Where are those stairs in relationship to this?
They would be off to the right. If you're looking at this picture now, they would be down looking off to the right.
Okay. Do you know what this area is here through this doorway?
It's an office area, that's all I
That you
know.
know? Okay. Please have a seat. Now, you had mentioned that you found some blood outside the restroom in that area.
Yes, sir.
Do you recall how big that blood was?
It looked to me like the size of a person's head.
All right. Now, how long did you remain stationed there in the stairwell?
I'm not for sure, maybe a couple hours.
Okay. Did other officers, deputies come and go?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell the jury who you saw come and go while you were stationed there?
Detective Stallsworth, he came up and looked at the scene. And then Deputy Cochran and Carnahan, who are the CSI guys, crime scene detectives. They came up and looked at the scene, and I think they did a walkthrough with Sheriff Helmick to show him the scene also.
Okay, do you recall if Detective Stahl was there seated over here at the table?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And were other detectives there? Or other deputies?
Yes, sir. Deputy Newman brought Ed back up to his office to get something out of his office.
He escorted him while he was there?
Please?
He escorted him while he was
Yes,
there?
sir, he did. He escorted him to his office and then back down the stairway.
Okay. And do you know what, you said you left after a couple of hours.
Yes, sir.
What did you do at that point when you left that post?
I was relieved by Deputy Shannon Taylor. He relieved me. I went back down to the main area where everybody was. When we came in, I asked the detectives if they needed anything else from me. They said no, and then I left. While I was leaving, I stopped at some of the guys that were stationed around Fisher Scientific to see if they needed a break or needed me to relieve them.
Did you have any further interaction with them or with this scene?
No, sir.
Okay. One moment, Your Honor. I believe that's all the questions we have at this time, Your Honor.
Also, Ms. Stinson, just can you approach with?
Yeah. Or take a lunch break. Come back at 25 after 1. Here to file any cases, you do not to formally express an opinion until the case is submitted to you, not to converse with or allow yourself to be addressed by any other person within the seconds of the trial. Further, no officer, party, witness, or attorney should talk to you without permission of the court. You're instructed to report on all such offenses to contact you. This is described previously to the bailiff or to myself, and do not do any independent research, use live phones or computers, or do not watch any news or read any newspapers regarding the case.
All rise.
Good evening. Are we ready for a break? Yes. Be back. Why don't we come back at 20 after 1? That way, if there's any issues, I'd like